Welcome back. Today we complete the success story of BMW. 1934. Based on the design of the Pratt & Whitney, BMW makes the air-cooled radial engine in 1934. Three of these engines power Ju-52, the famous aircraft, of both civil and military service during the 30s and 40s. It's a year when one 315 car looks on the market. It was lovely for the sleek design. It was time with low-cut doors. The engine was 1.5 liters, inline 6-cylinder 40 bhp developing. The highest speed was about 125 km per hour at 315.1, making it one of the most competitive sports cars of the Alps, winning trials. He was also a clear winner in the 2,000 km race across Germany. 1935 BMW marks the latest innovations in the motorcycle industry. The K12 is the first motorcycle with hydraulically telescopic damper in front of the wheel fork. It replaced the old leaf spring fork. 315 cars. He may become the undisputed champion in the 1.5-liter sports car class. The successor to the 315 is the 326. The development of this car was started in late 1934 by the head and Fritz Fiedler and the unique designer Boning. Peter was the design of the work Szymanowski. The output engine was of 50 bhp. He also demonstrated some of the advanced technical innovations of the time, such as the hydraulic braking system, rack and steering wing. Van 326 is available as a saloon, with 2 or 4 door convertible doors. 1936. BMW comes with a stunning 328 cars in 1936. This car is a legend in racing history, one of the best and one of the most beautiful BMW cars ever formed. As recognition, 328 cars were nominated for a car of this century. The car makes the competition debut in the famous Nürburgring circuit debut in June 1936, proving to be unbeatable in international sports car racing in the 2-liter class. Beautiful fonts, such as an integrated set of headlamps, a trend that was for a long time in the 50s. In 1940, after winning the famous race Million Mile, the engine was 2 liters, inline 6 cylinders with 80 bhp. 1937. Although the figures are not ordinary in succession, the 327 appeared on the market in 1937, 328 years later. It has the same signature design, Peter Szymanowski, which means he looks amazing with 2 paintwork tones. It came with a shredder or cabriolet body. Van was short 327 of 326 versions of the structure. Top 80 bhp advanced engine. A set of 1,396 cars. New world record speed set by BMW in 1937. Ernest Henny becomes the fastest man on 2 wheels, riding the coordination mechanism in the state of the 500 compressor machine, 108 bhp developing. This aerodynamic bike had the body pierced better by air at high speed. Frankfurt, on the Darmstadt highway, Henny brings 173.686 miles per hour, 279,508 kilometers, a record that will stand for the next 14 years. 1938 Seymour Motorsport lends 328 cars. 1939. George Meyer was the first foreigner to win the Isle of Man in 1939 Senior TT, the world's toughest motorcycle, than the competition of the day. Shortly before the outbreak of World War II, BMW is surrounded over the Brandenburgische Motorrennwerke in Berlin, Spandau, and factories in Basdorf and Zulsdorf near Berlin. 1940. Shortly before the outbreak of World War II, BMW is surrounded over the Brandenburgische Motorrennwerke in Berlin, Spandau, and factories in Basdorf and Zulsdorf near Berlin. Driving a streamlined 328 with a body made of light alloy aluminum magnesium, Baron von Canstein Fritz Huschke won in 1940, the famous Mille Miglia race with an average speed of 103.4 miles per hour. Just 132 of BMW and Brahmo engines, a series of production of BMW 801 aircraft engines, begins in 1940. By the end of the war, over 20,000 of these double-cylinder 14 radial engines would have been built in Munich, Allach, Berlin, and Durerhof, all fitted with a type of microcomputer mechanical. 1941 motorcycle in all facilities producing design documents and transported to Eisenach due to the war. Production of BMW cars for stops. BMW starts production of the R57 Wehrmacht military motorcycle. The Sun was 750cc with a 7 forward engine and 2 reverse gears. The motor had a bolt-on frame allowing for easy disassembly and maintenance. The towed car van version drives with lock difference and hydraulic brakes common to the vehicle's towed wheels and depth. 1942. To meet wartime demand, the production of rocket engines begins at Bastorf and Zuhlsdorf plants in Berlin in 1942. Although only a few of these engines are used, or rocket construction is one of the reasons why, in 1945, Bayerische Motoren Workpiece closed and later dismantled. 1943. BMW is simultaneously operating on the Slot 109-003 jet engine, one of the first jet engine production destruction in the world, and the largest ever on the aircraft engine piston, the BMW 803. 28-cylinder, 4-straight radial engine, BMW 803 core power of 4,000 horsepower at 85.5 liters displacement, 003 his jet engine operating on diesel gas turbines. His first flight is in October 1943 at 88U. In the early 40s, BMW develops a 28-cylinder, 4-speed 803 with 2 contra-rotating engines and propellers as it begins work on jet engines. Tests on the 003 engine began in October 1943 followed by, on the 4th of February 1944, by the first flight of the Arto 234V long haul with a reconnaissance aircraft 4 engines BMW 003. 1944. Air raids destroyed a factory in Munich in 1944, but the factory almost unharmed at the end of the war. BMW begins plans to rebuild its Munich production plant. Meanwhile they are to test missiles in the war effort Bastorf and Zuhlsdorf. At the end of World War II, BMW lies in ruins. Works in Durerhof and Eisenach, Bastorf and Zuhlsdorf are lost. Thanks for watching, support us to complete.